One man set out to show us just how much trash we each produce in a year. Along the way, though, that experiment changed as he became more aware of his garbage habits. America is a throwaway society. We're the most wasteful in the world. Nearly 5 pounds of trash a day for the average American. That's nearly 1,700 pounds a year. So how do we become a less than average American polluter?
I am very efficient with my waste.
Meet Dave Comedes. A trash truck hasn't stopped by his LA home for exactly a year.
I made a decision that for 1 year I would not throw anything away, and instead I would keep everything in the basement.
The basement is ground zero for Dave's stash of trash, but a whole year's garbage in the basement? I had to see it for myself. I'll let you leave.
Yeah, all right.
Surprisingly, this is it. Dave's trash for the past 12 months, all tucked into just 10 square feet of space. It's much less garbage than the average person makes, and that's because soon after he started the experiment, Dave realized it was actually easy to cut back on the trash.
The trail down the stairs are all the bottles. If I drank bottled water like most people do, which I won't, the whole basement would be full of it by now.
Each American, on average, will use over 15,000 plastic bottles in a lifetime, and about 80% of them will end up in landfills, where it takes 1,000 years to decompose. So what did end up in Dave's basement? 64 plastic bottles, 153 glass bottles, and just 2 aluminum cans.
This is the bag of bags. It's all the plastic bags from the year. You'll notice there are no plastic shopping bags in there because I basically will not use plastic shopping bags.
We all know the plastic bag is an eco-enemy, but we'll all use over 18,000 of them in our lifetimes. Tossed in a landfill, they'll linger for centuries, barely decomposing. Dave's plastic pile was for packaging only. His total, a mere 4 pounds. Cardboard boxes, 19 pounds of them. E-waste, 12 pounds.
So this is a box of paper. It's 50 pounds-ish or something like that.
Far less than the 650 pounds of paper we average Americans use, and he got some help getting rid of it from a secret weapon.
This is an in-home worm composting bin. All of my food scraps and paper and things like that go in here, and the worms eat them up.
The worms are not for the squeamish, but they do the trick, eating a couple of pounds of paper a month, plus all of Dave's food leftovers.
Oh, I see some right there on top.
Yeah, there's one right there.
After the 1-year experiment, Dave racked up about 30 pounds of trash, not counting the recyclables, accumulating in 1 year what the average American would produce in just a week.
I think I'm catching on to this, Dave, and that is that you don't keep a lot of waste if you don't generate a lot of waste.
That's exactly it. And what I try to tell people is, if they just think along the lines of consume less, conserve more, you've kind of hit it on the head. When you're going to buy something, look at it and think, where did this come from, what am I going to do with it, and where is it going to go?
It was surprising to me just how much, if you think about it before you buy it, how much less you'll throw away. Now, if you're into composting or think you want to get into it, this is something you can set up in your home, and you put your waste right in the top here. It can be just anything like your egg waste, your banana peels, your newspaper waste, and these are the red worms that go on top of it. If you're interested in, this one's called The Worm Factory, and we'll link you to it on our website, abcnews.com. But again, the biggest thing that we learned out of this whole thing was what was about to be a huge stack of trash was cut short just by realizing, wait, I'm going to throw that away, so why am I even buying it like that?